What's up, everybody? It's Keefy from Ghost Cult Magazine, ghostcultmag.com, and I'm here with Neal from Devildriver. How's it going, man?
Hi there, doing great.
Awesome. Good to see you again. Always a
Yeah.
pleasure. Neal is an amazing guitar player. Yeah, man. Big addition to Devildriver in the last few years. Came in for Trust No One, which I love, and also on Outlaws Till The End, and now currently co-headlining out with the Static X Wisconsin Death Trip 20th Anniversary Tour. How's the tour been going so far?
That's right. Typical answer, but really great. Mainly sold out shows in a little bit bigger venues than we've been going out, at least in the U.S. in the last couple of years. No one's hit each other in the face yet or anything. No fights. I mean, I wish I had one of those stories for you, but it's so far smooth sailing.
I feel like those stories are from the old Devildriver and other bands Dez has had, and
Oh
I
yeah,
know he runs a very tight ship, but it seems like you guys have a really great unit, fantastic chemistry. I think all you
yeah.
guys.
I mean, of course, we're here to have fun, and I wouldn't be a part of it if I weren't. But yeah, we're all here to play shows, have a beer after, in that order. You know, we're not out here trying to party. We're out here trying to play and put on the best show as possible.
Right on. I love to hear that. And this is really the beginning of a huge year for you guys, right? So you worked all last year on the new record, or two new records, or a double
Right,
record
right.
that is coming out sequentially in the next 2 years, which I love that idea. We'll talk about that. And you guys are already booked up this tour, Europe, elsewhere, hopefully back here again late in the year or next year early. Big schedule, man. A lot of time away from home.
Yeah.
How do you get ready to be on the road for a year plus?
Well, I mean, it's as most people that have been doing it most of their lives, it's a bittersweet thing. I mean, I love being home with my wife, but I get this look in my eye apparently if I've been home for it's about the 2 month, 6 week, 2 month mark, where she's like, you need to get on the road, you need to go do something. So, I mean, as much as I love it at home, I love it equally out here, and then I miss both when I'm not there. So it's a dog eating its own tail, I suppose, but. Yeah, as far as getting ready specifically, not much. You know, check all my gear, that kind of simple things. Simple thing. Take the wife out for dinner. You know.
Leave on good terms. Keep
Yeah,
her happy
yeah,
till you
yeah.
get
There you
back.
go. Yeah, and make sure you send out flowers the first time you hear "I miss you" or see it on a text. You know.
There you go. I like that. And but it is hard. I think people don't appreciate it, especially Devildriver, one of the hardest working bands in metal of any band I can think of. Constantly touring, constantly working. I think Dez's work ethic. I've interviewed Dez before. His work ethic kind of centrifuges down to everybody,
Yeah.
and you guys are, like I said, crushing it, crushing it. Can't wait for the show tonight here at Starland Ballroom. If I failed to mention that, stoked to be here in the great state of New Jersey, and yeah, man, like I said, big year. So you guys spent a lot of time. You were recording with Steve Evetts, who
That's
we're
right.
big
Yeah.
fans of, and you've worked
Me
with
too.
before. So I know we haven't heard any music yet, and there has been no formal announcement. Des has said a few things in the press. What can you tell us about these records, this double record, maybe a concept record?
Uh, what can I tell you? So you already said that it's a staggered release. It's a double record, but we're going to release one, I believe. So let me start with this. As far as the band's concerned, the record's finished. I believe we're getting final masters like this coming week. So we are all done. Now it's up to management and label to decide when is the most opportune time to release. Initially, it was going to be this fall. I think now it's pushed back to early next year, which would then be a 2020 and then 2021 release, respectively. But as far as hearing new music, I would be surprised if we didn't have something out by this fall. Because, like I said, the music's done. It's all done. But up to the big cats to decide when to put it out. And yeah, it would feel weird if we hadn't put something out by fall to me.
Right on, all the good promo, lyric video, single stream,
So,
big
yeah,
premiere with a partner label, maybe Ghost Cult someday, and when the other guys are busy, and
yeah,
of course, preparation for a big push, right? Pre-order, all that
exactly.
stuff goes
Yes,
up
yes,
online.
yeah,
There's a lot of business to the music business, man.
yeah.
I wish it was just the music, but we need the business part too.
Right. Yeah. I mean, especially these days, everybody has, it seems like for the past 15 years or so, everybody's tightened their belts on everything. And that obviously hits the music industry too. So we got to find new ways of making sure we're still paying the rent while we're out here. And yeah, and fortunately or unfortunately, pre orders are one of the ways, you know.
No,
bundles.
I think the bundles work. I think fans want to buy that merch. They want the special deals. They want the colored swirly vinyl. I'm a fan of
Yeah,
all the swirly
I hope
vinyl.
so. We put a lot of work into it. A lot of like, it's not just send it to a guy. Oh yeah, that's cool. Like, even though Dez does most of the behind the workings, but this is also seen by the whole band. Getting it okay, like, is this cool? Maybe we should tweak this. Goes through a lot of tweaks. We put a lot into work to make sure that everybody that is looking for that is going to be happy with it.
Killer, killer. And not to disparage any other label Devildriver has ever been on, but Napalm has been doing a great job with you guys, I think.
Yeah,
They're really one of the premier labels in the game.
yeah. I mean, Napalm. They've been as long as I've been in the band, they've been our label, and it's been they're very hands on. They're very like I can call someone at Napalm right now where I would hope their phone wouldn't just say guitarist Devildriver, but maybe. But still, the point is I could call them and ask them about something, and they wouldn't be like, "Who's this again?" Which is one of the first experiences in my whole career that I've had that I could do that. And they want us to succeed. It definitely feels it's the most partnership feel of any label and band that I've ever been a part of for sure.
Amazing. And I can also attest to the fact that I think they have a personal relationship with their artists, like a family.
Yeah.
Not just you're not just a number in a band to them. You matter.
Yes.
And I think that's why. And I think the press gets that too. We get that feeling
Cool.
also from them. So good stuff. That's why when they say they're really pumped up about a new record, especially from a band like one of their big ones, like Devildriver, we also get excited because we know they mean it. Hey, this stuff is coming on the horizon. Get ready for it. So we're getting a lot of like the groundwork is being laid. We can't say anything yet, but stuff is coming that you're gonna lose your mind over. It's gonna be awesome. So we love to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, you work all the time, and this is rapid fire for you guys. So 2 releases in the future, and to me, I still feel like Outlaws was, a terrific record. I think it was a little misunderstood out there in the public, but I personally dug the record. I'm a big Outlaw country fan, and I thought you guys did a phenomenal job. It wasn't supposed to be a country or a country metal release. I think people got it wrong, man, but like I love the work.
Yeah, well, thanks for saying so. First of all, I think you were the type of guy we were going for then, with someone that is familiar with the material, but wants to hear our swing on it. Is all we were trying to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I can't tell you how many times people are like, so you're playing acoustic guitars, or what are you doing now, Neal? And I'm like, no, man, it's a Devildriver record. Sounds like us.
Yeah.
More often than not on those songs, it just came from a riff that had nothing to do with the original song that me and Mike would write, and then we'll just keep a melody of, this is what the lap steel was doing, so we'll keep that for the chorus, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, surprisingly, for how much it was misunderstood, it still like charted well for us. It was a little better than expected, honestly, for me, and we're still. I want to say that besides the first record, Hanger On, people that keep asking me to play like things off the first record, the second request, definitely on this tour, has been outlaw country songs, stuff off that record. So as far as the fan requests that I'm seeing live, it's definitely up there. So it hit a vein with somebody, which I'm glad to see.
Word. And I hope that means that maybe we'll get a second one someday, a sequel.
Yeah, I hope so. Again, that goes back to Dez being in the driver's seat. I know we're pushing hard on this next double record, and we're planning on touring. I mean, the staggered release means we're planning on touring all the way through it. No stopping to do like the cyclical thing that everybody does. After that, though, we don't have the next recording plans aren't set in stone. So maybe as early as after this,
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, was that an intentional pun? Dez is in the driver's seat. Anyway, sorry, guys. But yeah, man.
Start saying that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm sure it'll annoy the shit out of him. You know what else? I do think that that this record. I'll just end on this for this point. Is I think it showcased you guys as arrangers, which I think a lot of rock and metal fans don't get to appreciate because we don't get those kind of records anymore. But it did really. If you have any familiarity with some of those classic tracks and even the deep cuts, because some of them were also kind of like deep cuts from clearly somebody's passion. But I think it really showcased what you guys can do as arrangers. So the fact that you have a concept record or double record coming out next is really exciting to me, because I imagine if you wrote like 50 songs for 2 records and you whittled it down to the best 20 or 22, there's a
I can
lot
tell
of
you that.
there's
20,
20
on each.
there's a lot of work going into that. That's not just like, hey, we wrote a song and this is it and we go track a song. Things evolve in the studio from the writing process to the finished product.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. And I mean, you brought up Steve Evetts, who I've fortunately had the pleasure of becoming friends with throughout the last record and this, and his touch on it is it's definitely there. You can hear it in this record for sure, which is great because I'm a huge fan of his. So
killer. As we wind this down, and I want to be respectful of your time, we'll turn it back to the tour. And one of the things people are talking about this tour is the Cold Chamber songs in the set list, which
yeah,
we've been getting teased for a long time.
yeah,
I know Loco is in there. I heard
yeah,
Fiend is in there,
yeah.
perhaps some others. How is that material sitting with you? How do you feel playing it? And how's it going over with the crowd?
The crowd is going nuts every night. I mean, it's the intent is, this is a new metal tour more so than we've done in a while. Like we're not touring with any death metal. We're not touring with any black metal or anything. We're touring with Static X and Dope, and then Wednesday 13, Raven Black. Like going down the list, it's not. We're talking new metal music is what the crowd is coming to hear. That's why we finally threw them in. We toyed with it in the past, but it just never felt right. But yeah, we're doing Loco and Fiend, and as far as the band reaction to it, it's for me. I'm gonna play any song if the crowd's gonna get into it, and I'm gonna have fun with it. It's obviously it's a little simpler than the Devildriver stuff that we've been trying to just. How cool can we make this riff once? Those are new metal riffs, man. I use it as this is my calm down period while I'm watching the crowd. Without any disrespect.
Awesome stuff. I'm pumped to hear the Cold Chamber material, and I don't think it takes away. I think it's important, and I think the grooves of Devildriver definitely work with the grooves of Cold Chamber.
Yeah,
And new metal is not such a stigma anymore. We just had
that's right.
Limp Bizkit just had a 20th anniversary. Slipknot today is the 20th anniversary of their first record. Korn has a big anniversary coming up. Cold Chamber is part of that culture. It's part of Dez's lineage. It's part of Devildriver's early DNA. I can't wait to hear Loco. Personally, I'm excited. Would love to hear Big Truck or Sway also. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I know you're not the boss of the set list, but Neal, man, it's been a pleasure to hang out with you and talk to you. And I'm looking forward to catching up with you guys again when we're closer to some new music. But yeah, man, thank you for hanging out with Ghost Cult. I really appreciate it. I'm Keefy. This is Neal from Devildriver. We are out.